Hello and welcome to another video here at Hobbies and Happiness. My name's Dan.
I'm Jim. Today we're going over some Lorcana spoilers.
All right, today is June 26th. It is 626.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
All right.
I can't remember.
I'm sure nothing.
I don't think it means anything. We've got some Lorcana spoilers to talk about, but before we do that, don't forget, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you want to see more Disney Lorcana content from Dan and Jim over at Hobbies and Happiness.
Or if you just want to see more of me do it.
Or that too. That too. If you want to see more of him, Jim likes to troll, so if you want to see more Jim trolling, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification icon so you can be notified whenever we release new content. And with all that out of the way, let's get into it. We've got four cards to talk about today that have been released by Team Lorcana. One of them was already released, we just haven't talked about it yet, so we're going to talk about it today. Let's jump right in. The first one we got. It's Goofy Musketeer. So this was released a few days ago in response to this is the Gamescom promo. So again, a reminder, guys, these promos are not mechanically unique in any way. They just have a different stamp on it. So Goofy Musketeer is a 3/6/1 for 5 and is inkable. So Goofy Musketeer is a Dreamborn hero musketeer with the bodyguard ability. And he also has the ability, and 2 for T. I think that's the best Goofy impression anyone has ever done. Changed my mind. It's the ability. It says when you play this character, you may remove up to 2 damage from each of your Musketeer characters. So we did talk about this in our Disney Lorcana Roundtable stream on Friday. But Jim, what do you think about Goofy Musketeer?
All right. So for that second ability, the 2 for T, I'm kind of ignoring that part, right?
Okay.
Until we know anything about maybe if there's a third Musketeer, I don't know if there's 3 of them, or anything like that. I'm just not even looking at that ability because it is pretty restrictive, not really restrictive, I guess, but it's specifically for Musketeer. Mm-hmm. But 3/6/1 for 5 inkable, that seems like a really good cost for the body, and with the bodyguard effect. Yeah. I really like this card.
Yeah. For what it's worth, I believe Goofy is an uncommon. And so I think, again, let's look at the stats, right? 3/6/1. So that is a total of 10. So what I have been saying for a while is you look at that cost, you multiply that by 2. That's what you should expect, especially I think on that 5 and higher costed cards. And so you get that in stats. You do get that 10 total stats. But how it's kind of ratioed out, I'm not super concerned about that 3 damage. I mean, it's got that 6 body, which is really good, especially on a bodyguard. Yeah,
that's the key part. He's bodyguard with a pretty decent sized butt. Yeah, that is pretty nice, and he's inkable. Very important.
Yeah, that is very inkable. Are you concerned as much though about the one lore?
No, I don't think so. Not really.
Because again, I think when we're playing this card, I'm not really using it for that lore ability. But the thing is, though, too, if you play Goofy, he gets that ETB, right? He gets that dealing or removing those 2 damage counters. If he survives that next turn, you can quest for 1 lore for an additional lore, and then he still has to be attacked. So I'm quickly kind of changing how I initially thought about this card earlier.
I really like him.
I honestly think all bodyguard is going to be super relevant, and very, very important for any deck.
Yeah. Also, how I see it, it's like with the bodyguard 6/8, the 6 toughness. I'm not expecting him to live into the next round, but if he does, it's just plus side of get another.
That's gravy.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
just
gravy.
Get another lore on top of it.
Yeah. So
really good.
Okay, now, Jim, I want you to look at that last ability. Because again, you weren't even looking at that as you're analyzing it.
I wasn't even looking at it. It's just purely, okay, what if I'm not doing anything with the Musketeers, right? But if you do have another Goofy out on board, he lived,
now you're healing him up, and then you have another one, dude.
And if you are playing it with the Steel Mickey,
because there's already Mickey,
or when we do find out what the last Musketeer is, or the third Musketeer, I don't know if there's any more. No
idea. All right. Well, in the Disney lore, it's Donald. Okay. Where do you think we're going to see Donald? If you had to guess.
He better be in amber or steel. That's all I gotta say.
I've been saying I think we're going to see him in ruby, but again, there were points being made of if you don't do it in steel or amber, then you can't do a musketeer deck, right?
Which
I
musketeers
get that.
Are all for one, even though it's kind of like two different colors.
Right. Yes. Yeah. So I get that. I'm going to stand by. I think we're going to see him in ruby, but we'll see. I'm probably wrong, but if I'm wrong, that's all right. I'll live by it. So that is Goofy Musketeer. Pretty solid card, we think.
I like him.
Yeah. All right. The next card we have is Sven.
Yes.
Sven, official ice deliverer. So Sven is a 5/7/1 for 6 and is inkable.
Yep.
That's it. He's a vanilla card.
Reindeer coming through.
Jim, well, what do you think about Sven here?
I think reindeer are better than people.
Reindeer are better than people. Yes.
It's in this game, it does kind of seem like we will be utilizing some vanillas. The stats are good.
That's the thing, yeah. Like vanilla, okay, so historically, vanilla cards in many TCGs are just throwaway.
Yeah.
They're not, you don't really use them for much.
Yeah.
But so far, it does seem like the stats on a lot of these vanillas are you're getting a lot more.
Since the stats don't get healed up at the end of the turns, it's going to be nice to have them.
Okay, let's look at the stats. I was just talking about in this case we got 6. Multiply that by 2, we should theoretically get 12. We get 13 total stats. So for that 5/7/1, 5 attack. It's basically attack and defense. I can't remember. I think it's like strength and willpower. I think that's actually what it is. I think it's strength and willpower. So 5 strength, 7 willpower, and the 1 lore. So that gives us above rate than what. Now again, keep that whole multiply the cost by 2 thing take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Right. That was just something that I had kind of thought and came up with. But so far it's working out relatively well.
There's a little bit of flavor here that I just realized.
Okay.
And it goes off of my little joke of that reindeer are better than people.
What's that?
Since he only has 1 lore, he's going to be taking out a lot of people. He's going to be attacking them. He's like, I'm going to prove to you I am better than people. He's coming through.
Yeah. So I don't think we mentioned color, but Goofy was amber. Sven is amethyst.
Yes.
And he is a storyborn ally. All right. So, I so far, I'm really impressed with these vanilla stat lines. So that is Sven, official ice deliver. And again, I'm a fan of this artwork. The artwork is very, very, very cool. I'm loving the artwork so far in Disney Lorcana. All right, the next card. Next card's a spice. We got to despise. It is Rapunzel letting down her hair. So Rapunzel is a 5/4/2 for 6 and is non-inkable in Ruby. She is a Dreamborn hero princess with the ability Tangle. When you play this character, each opponent loses 1 lore. Now, Jim, before you give us your thoughts, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You weren't a big fan of Genie, right? Because Genie is non-inkable. Rapunzel is also non-inkable. What are your thoughts? Go.
Okay, so now I don't think she's a max out copy of a card.
Okay.
I think she's, in theory, this is something I do get excited over of seeing the drain effect.
Yes, the lore. Yep.
But do I think she's amazing? No, I do not think that she is amazing.
Okay.
If she did have inkable, that'd be great.
Okay.
But yeah, I think just overall, she's a decent card that is playing to the strength of Ruby that you can do with her and Aladdin if you're looking to be draining or stealing the lore counters.
Yes.
I do like that. And if that's the route you are looking to do, then I think she's definitely playable.
So far, Rapunzel is only the second card that we're aware of that steals lore from your opponents. Yep. I want to see more cards like this. I want to see more 100%. Effects like this. And I'm sure we're going to see a lot more card effects very much like this. Let's look at the stat line. Now Rapunzel is also an uncommon, I believe, but her stat line 5/5/4/2 that gives us 11 total stats. 11 total stats, 6 cost, and is non-inkable, so we would assume looking at 6 you want 12. I'm interested, and I want to figure out how much I think we have to evaluate and value inkable status. How much is inkable worth on a card, right? So far, I'm not really taking that into consideration much at all. But as I go through the data and pay attention to this stuff, we're gonna think about that of how much it's actually worth on a card. But she costs 6, so again, multiply that by 2, we'd expect 12. We don't even get that. We only get 11. So she's a little bit below rate. But again, we have to think about too is she could potentially be worth 3 lore. Because again, when you play her, you get that 1 lore. You get that 1. So in theory, you could evaluate it like that. But again, that's only a one-time thing. That is only a one-time thing. Because again, you're not gaining a lore; it's just your opponent is losing it. So it is a swing. It is a one lore swing essentially. So yeah, that's a Rapunzel letting down her hair. And if I had to give it a rating of meh, amazing, I would say she's an okay card. What do you think? If you had to give like a one word,
I think she's an okay card. But if you're looking to be doing the whole stealing the lore stuff, she's I think 100% going to be in the deck, especially as of right now,
for sure,
until we get more stuff.
You mean we need to wait until we get more information about more cards?
Who would have thought that like having less than half of the cards can change your opinion on certain things?
Absolutely. Well, all right. The last card that we have for today is the one. It is the 626.
What? It did mean something.
It did mean something. It is experiment number 626. It is Stitch. So Stitch, Carefree Surfer. So Stitch is a 4/8/2 for 7 cost and is inkable in Amber. So Stitch is a Dreamborn hero alien with the ability Ohana. Ohana means family.
Is that what that means?
When you play this character, if you have 2 or more other characters in play, you may draw 2 cards. Stitch is also a legendary card. So, Jim, what do you think about Stitch here, man?
All right. Again, I'm going to try not pay attention to this other ability, even though it is extremely nice if you get it. But, you know, and I'm also, again, thinking about it as what is this baseline stats?
Right.
With the 4/8, really good body. Really good body, being able to be offensive and then also be protective as well. The double lore, 7, and it's inkable. That is huge. I love inkable cards, especially the higher the mana, because if you see them early and you can't put them back there, it is going to be rough. I love the flavor of the card, of them releasing it today. It was great. And overall, I just think it's an okay card. You can't really mix it with this Stitch that has it's not evolve, it's the shift shift ability, because then you're just going to be losing value at that point.
Right. I do think they go in different decks. I think they go in different decks.
And there are a lot of low-cost cards in Amber that you can utilize to play before you even drop this the Stitch, so that way you can draw the cards. So there's a lot of really good options you can play with them.
Yeah, even just in Amber, but again, you pair that up. You can pair this up with like literally any other color. I do think this Stitch pairs very well with Amethyst. With a lot of those control-y. I think this card may work very well in a control archetype build. With that, it's a good top end. Right, with that 2 lore, but also drawing you 2 cards. Right,
it's huge.
Right now, so I think this Stitch is a very good card. Okay. My initial hesitation was looking at the rarity. I'm like, this is a legendary, okay? Because so far I feel like we've been underwhelmed with the legendary cards, okay? With how good they are. But the couple things that I am trying to keep in mind for myself is this is the first set. This is the first set. We have to keep the power level pretty low because we got to go up. Right, the only place to go in theory is up, right? Especially when we talk about the legendary cards, to talk about the higher rarity stuff, right? So I'm looking at this card, I'm like, okay, it costs 7. the ability on it is conditional. It's conditional draw. It's not always guaranteed. I'm just like, I was left feeling underwhelmed. But then again, I reminded myself, I'm like, well, this is set 1, because this can be a very good card. This can be a very good card. Talking about it's a solid stat line. With that 4-8 and 2. Man, this could be really good. I think
it's gonna be hard to get rid of.
I do think this card is a build around, okay? Because I think this can be. This isn't going to be the card that wins you games, but I think this is going to be a card that really keeps you in the game. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of this card. I love the artwork. Love the artwork on this card. There's so much there.
It's beautiful.
And if you know, let us know down in the comments down below what you think of this artwork. But that is Stitch Carefree Surfer. So that's number 4. That is the 4th card that we got today. I'm excited. I really hope we got more days like this to come for Disney Lorcana. But with that, we're going to turn it over to you guys. What do you think of these cards? Which one is if you had to pick one of these cards to be your favorite that was spoiled today, you let us know what you think it is. But Jim, I'm going to toss a question to you. Which one do you think? If you got to pick one of these, which one would you pick?
Dan, I got to go with my reindeer boy.
Oh, really? The reindeer?
You know why?
Why?
Because I'm going to have an all frozen deck.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So he's going in it.
And so far, all the frozen cards that have been released have been in amethyst.
There have been blue. Let It Go is in blue.
Oh, that's true.
And
I'm thinking the characters.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking the characters.
And I was gonna say, and the Smash card is in steel.
That's true. But all the characters have been released have been in amethyst.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yes. So that's true. If I had to pick one, Jim, what do you think I'm picking? Let's see if Jim guesses.
I'm gonna go with Goofy.
Oh no, I'm going with Stitch because I like drawing cards.
Oh wow, okay. All right.
Yeah, Goofy's good too. Yeah, I in all honesty, I love the artwork on Goofy. Like if I had to pick based off artwork, I think I'm going with Goofy with these 4 because that is some really.
And
great
every time
artwork.
you play, you're gonna be like, and 2 for T.
That's correct. That is exactly what I'm going to do. That's going to be my favorite part about this game is just getting to sing the songs and then just do all the voices. Yeah. That's going to be my favorite part of this game. But you guys let us know what your favorite part is going to be when you get to play Disney Lorcana down below in the comments. And again, don't forget, if you haven't yet, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you can see more Disney Lorcana content when we release it on our channel. That's all we got for you today. Hopefully we're going to record some more spoiler videos pretty soon, hopefully. But again, hit that like button, hit that sub button so you can see that content. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us today. We'll catch you in the next Disney Lorcana video. See you, everybody.
Take care.